position 4 was very much roaming, picking up bounty runes, looking for kills across the map. In the current metagame, it's more beneficial most of the time to just have strong laners. So you will see the position 4 is sometimes in the safe lane and sometimes it's in the off lane, but it is laning. And this time they've put their 5 in the off lane together with that Wraith King and their position 4 IO in the safe. So
PSG LGD is going to have to back off this top rune. The bottom was also being contested. Charles and Nova just positioning perfectly, and it's only No Tail who's down here for the moment. So they were looking for some level of a fight on the top lane, but it just never came. Except for Monkey King, who is actually he's inside the base trying to hunt the courier. So shenanigans to come in from Ana in the very beginning, but LGD, it's like, where the hell is that courier going? He slipped through the ranks.
Good awareness though from PSG to not lose their courier there. Getting the courier sniped by Monkey King in the start of the game is actually extremely impactful, especially for the mid lane. It's one thing the global gold that your team gets, but it would have allowed Thompson to win mid. Just hands down from Somnus not having enough regen. But the courier's alive, so here come his tangos. And we'll see how this lane plays out. I'm actually very curious about this mid lane. Yeah,
they've already managed to pull the creep waves to both sides of their own towers. I also want to keep my eyes on this bottom lane and see how much farm is able to get into Charles. So I want to see just how effective the Wraith King's going to be against a hero like Monkey King, who loves the up-close melee. It's not like Lion can harass him out, not when Warlock's nearby.
Yeah, this is a good matchup for OG in the safe lane. I think they're definitely favored in this lane. Just sustaining with the heal. If there's any aggressive attempts like this, you just don't really care that much. Ana's gonna farm, and this lane, for me especially, gets scary for PSG LGD when the Monkey King hits level 3 and the Warlock does as well. I think that's when they're really in trouble down here.
But they're spamming so much early on. Like, this is always one of the bigger problems of a Wraith King, right? Like, you had to have, like, Wraithfire Blast is 95 mana out of a 300 pull. It's
it used to be 140.
Yeah, it used to be a lot more. So maybe it's not as damaging. Top first blood, Seb goes down. FY and Arme were chasing him down. They used the flat cannon early on. Now G-Rank's kind of trapped. He only had Wave of Terror. So this is going to be to the taunt of FY. A double kill for LGD and a great start to their round.
In the mid lane, it looks very Somnus favored for now on the Lina 11 and 2 against 5 and 1 Skywrath Mage. The way Skywrath wins his lane generally in mid is just that he plays against the opponent, he spams Arcane Bolts over and over and over again, and they run out of regen, and they have to spend gold on regen, and then you win the economy war that way. But Lina has so far done totally fine in this mid lane.
This is so difficult for Seb. So he got caught out underneath the Sentry Ward, it seems, up on the top lane before. And then he took all the full brunt of a tethered up flat cannon. Notel in trouble in the bottom river. X-Nova and Chalice gonna find him, and X-Nova, just for good measure, finds the regeneration rune.
How convenient.
It is very convenient. Well, at least Ana's able to find some farm on the bottom lane, but LGD now have 3 kills across the board. Their advantage will start to push over 1,000. And with Somnus off to a good start, yeah. This seems like what LGD wanted. Maybe not exactly what they wanted. Arme kind of trapped out. The Wave of Terror is in once again. Seb solo on live. FY's coming in. He was salved up, but didn't have the mana to tether over. So he'll use the balls to just kill off Jirax.
But still, I think OG are still very happy with this trade-off. They got a core for core kill. Or rather, they got a core kill on their Weaver on the enemy Gyro. So even though they lose their Venge there, it's pretty good. But the problem is Seb actually lost so much health in that exchange that he has to wait for these salves to be brought up by Jerax. He TP's in, and now they're in fighting shape again.
Yep. So FY and Arme can be underneath the pressure. That bottom lane, as you said, keep your eyes peeled when it hits level 3. Notal's a little short, but Anna's already found his level 3, about to hit 4. And his Thompson, he's just pulling this creep wave back so far all the time.
Oh, he's taking so much damage bottom, actually. Ana.
That's problematic. Notel's heal's not kicking up enough, but that's why the stick charges are there. And Ana has the distance. X-Nova's so low on life.
They had the 4 skeletons charged up in the Mold Strike, so it deals so much damage. Monkey King doesn't have the best base armor, so these skeletons hit really hard, and he had already used his Boundless Strike, so he couldn't stun them or keep them at bay. And during all of this like chain lockdown between the 2 heroes of Lion and Wraith King, you deal a lot of damage with the skellies, so gotta be careful.
And FY and Arme, they always feel so low. FY doesn't actually have a lot of life behind him. He's got 1 stick charge only to share over. But he keeps giving mana, going for the early Soul Ring on the IO. Bottom lane, an extra stun. Charles has already burned his. They do almost no damage now when they come in on Ana.
It's the skeletons that are killing in this lane. So if they don't have charges on Mortal Strike, they don't have any kill potential at all. And I would like to see OG try to take a little more initiative in this bottom lane. Warlock is not the best aggressive hero, obviously, but Monkey King is great, yeah.
He was coming over. They knew it was going to happen for the 5-minute runes. X-Nova, he'll be on top of it, but he won't be able to pick it up. He'll die for the rune.
Good timing there from OG to get that on the other side of the map. Because LGD will get 1 bounty, so that's a 3-for-1 exchange.
It's really good, though, for the offlane for OG. The fact that you get a full bottle charge as well for Seb. Not really reliant on having to burn Shrine, which means they can be a little bit more over-aggressive against FY and Arme. And they're really trying to go ham. Homing missile's going to connect. Seb has to 6 charge up already. Jirax tries to create space. Still has magic missile available. Seb will go invis, but he's back underneath that fresh sentry ward. The battle for vision control is definitely going the way of LGD on top lane.
I think Seb was trying to feel out where the sentry was in that second Shukuchi. He wants to know where he's safe and where he isn't. So I think he found out based on that last Shukuchi where the sentry is, and now they're going to play around that. Can't really seem to go aggressive up here though. This lane of LGDs is just so tanky. New region has been ferried in for FY. He has Tango and Flask. 20 stick charges on the gyro. There's no way they get a kill up here like this.
Yeah, just not possible. For a moment, actually, Somnus abandoned the mid lane. I don't think he wanted to really be there. He went and farmed inside the jungle. But he won't want to be there now. Arcane Rune for Thompson. He's just going to spam the crap out of the leader. As I say that, Monkey King will die on the bottom lane. Ana was bouncing around to the tree lines on the eastern side of the lane, but there was no support. Notel rotated towards the mid lane looking for a kill.
I think he went to ward, actually. That's a fresh ward placed down here. So Notel went off the lane for a second to ward, and then...
Oh, now he's going to get caught out.
They took the initiative.
Underneath the Dire Observer. Notel has to use his defensive Shadow Word, and then maybe get a little bit more aggressive. X-Nova. Low on life, Ana's going to slap down. They had the Fatal Bond, so potentially to beat into Chalice, but the damage won't be shed enough. There's Seb who's in trouble on top lane. Extra stuns to land. The homing missile from Arme. He knew he already had Seb dead to right, so they go after Jirax. They're a little bit too deep under the tower for them to dive.
In the meantime, Notel almost died to Skeleton's bottom. They were just hunting him down. They have 350 move speed, and Notel has 297, so he can actually get just chased down by the Skeletons. They got to be careful.
They almost look pointless to kill, too.
They give so little bounty.
Yeah, it's not like Eidolons, which give you so much. Here we go again. Another dive up on top. Seb will get a revenge, so support for support. And the bug will get rid of by Arme, so he's fine, but it's Thompson who's in trouble. Fire Strike Array will connect. X-Nova has his own stun. So LGD, they'll have the successful rotate into mid lane.
Yeah, they have more play potential, I would say, right now. OG's heroes seem more dependent on constant support.
They're going again on top lane. Tether coming in from FY. This will give the life to Arme to then try and turn around. Seb has to Kuchi himself away. And the homing missile, this has to be knocked off as bottle charges called out from Arme with the wave of terror. He's so low, magic missile won't kill him off. However, maybe with a swarm, it connects onto the back of him. FY's got him. There's 8 stick charges available, so he knows he'll be okay.
Oh, he's actually playing without overcharge. Interesting.
Oh, another magic missile coming in. FY, has he got enough? Relocate! Pulls him all the way home into safety. A free regeneration, and someone's just got Laguna if he wants to, and doesn't even do that. Dragon Slave to kill off Seb, arrived under the cover of Invis, and gets the kill on the offlane of OG.
Nice and easy here for just a couple of rotations that they've done have been very successful. The Lion Gang into mid, frees up the Lina for a moment, she pushes out the wave, takes the opportunity to go top and find that kill. And now, that's just one of the downsides of Skywrath mid. If you're not destroying your lane, you don't really pose a threat to the tower, right? Like, how's this guy going to push this tower? He doesn't clear the wave very fast, and when he does, he doesn't deal any structural damage, so... It's
it seems like it's a pure kill hero. That's all. Yeah. Just like spam it out, and does he actually have to focus like FY at the beginning? Get rid of that regeneration. It's the reason why he's probably up on top. Observable gives him the information. Steel, Wave of Terror won't be able to reach, but the cooldown from Arme is pretty good. The magic missile stun will connect. Seb just has enough life with the stick charges to then get the time lapse off. Thanks to the kill, he actually got that level 6. So Gyrocopter down again, not the path he wanted to take. 4th on the net worth.
Looks like it might cost OG a mid tower though. That is I don't think you're happy with this exchange. Like, you pay, sure, you get a really big kill in the gyrocopter and you get your Weaver a little bit more into the game, but losing a full tier 1 mid-tower at 9:30 from this.
Well, they're coming for a fight again up on top lane. They don't want to give it up. Under the cover of smoke, end up having 4 heroes on top. LGD, nice defensive ward already placed around the side. Same with the sentry, so no way for OG to get the vision advantage. Now they turn, they try and fight. The homing missile still on the deck. It's going to go towards Seb, but they've got the stun in perfect from Anna. The rotation, all 5 heroes from OG. Right place to slap down that safe lane.
It's a big rotation, but if they get 2 kills and a tower, I think this is okay. Still, you have to remember in the meantime that LGD are also making their own push bottom. Currently only 2 skeletons stored up here for Chalice though, so won't be able to take the tower too easily. Has actually opted for a 4-0-2 build, so maxing out the stun rather than the skeletons in this instance. Oh, actually, no, now the skeletons are coming back in. They're farming the jungle.
Well, they're up on top. Chalice thought he could be part of this fight with the relocate. Arme is coming from behind, thanks to FY's delivery service. But have they really found the hero they're searching for? Now it's X-Nova, who gets isolated at the bottom, and the bouncing away Monkey King, Skyra, sorry. He does get up into the tree lines, but the rock, it'll drop. The Blade of Bonds connects up LGD strongly, but then Wraith King has that reincarnation. Arme, he's got the support. FY's going to arrive back into this engagement, and Adam's no way to run away from Chalice. You've got the minions everywhere. The slow made it difficult, but maybe not that impossible. Thanks to Thompson already being back up and running, and with the golem up, they're finding not 1 but 2 kills with the swap back in. FY may be the 3rd. The missiles won't actually be able to, the missile connects, the swarm will not be able to connect. As FY and Arme into the trees, the golem keeps the chase going, and Thompson's got so much, it's 4 nulls. They're just amping up the intel. They gotta find Arme over in the tree lines. That's why Seb, with that Shikuchi, level 4, is quick, is fast, and you'll actually get him with it. 4 heroes to be lost on the top lane. Actually, it's basically 5. That's all of LGD going down, but it costs 3 and a buyback from OG.
That is still the best fight of the game for them by far. They pulled back 2,000 gold. They almost got the top tower. In the meantime, they didn't lose their bottom tower either to the push that the Wraith King started. So LGD were feeling that fight. They brought in the Wraith King early, wanted to use his reincarnation to try to bait and set up a good fight. But the damage from OG, when this Skywrath is not accounted for in the fight, you take these long fights and he's free casting for 20 seconds. It's not healthy. It's really not healthy for your team.
Do you also like the fact that he skips even amping up even more intelligence? Like that that level 10 talent hasn't been skilled?
I kind of like this, just maxing out the spells first, actually. I think we might see him go 4-4-4-1 and then start taking talents. Then take 2 talents in a row, perhaps, and just keep ulti level 1. I'm not sure how Thompson does it. I've seen him play Skywrath where he didn't skill the ulti until level, I don't know, 13.
Well, they've had another target. It's going to be the Lion. Oh boy, it's so hard. 2 arcane bolts will be enough to kill him. Wait until you actually start getting double of those bolts. But you've still got to hit that timing window, right? Because LGD will get stronger. I'm not seeing a BKB queued up from Arme. In fact, he's just going for drums. In fact, do you actually build BKB to try and avoid this magical damage? Or does this just cripple your lineup if you do it?
Oh, you will definitely need BKB against Skywrath Mage later. Surely.
But for this early time, it just looks like that, like no one's able to itemize against it. You don't have a pipe builder for the offlane either.
Buying BKB first item is not really very appealing anymore in general, I would say. It's like, yes, you're magic immune, but since you don't have really good stats, what are you going to use the immunity for? Like, are you going to kill heroes with it? It's also, it slows down your farming because any other item you buy that's useful for your hero will just transition better. So I definitely think we will see the BKB come out later for Gyro and probably the Lina as well. But I would imagine Gyro wants drums plus maybe an SNY or something first to really speed up his Wisp as well.
LGD are on the hunt under the cover of smoke. They move into the Radiant jungle. OG were looking for something similar. No Tell Smoke's going to break. You'll see Soldiers the jungle from Challenge sealed up very, very quickly. They will get the pop onto Warlock, who does not have a buyback available. And now Jirax, the relocate, Arme comes over. They're searching for both supports to bring him down. Huge amount of stun taken out of the fight. Now, LGD, what do you get from this? Oh, they're actually bottom lane. They come back to the relocated target. Seb as well as Thompson, they realize what was going to go on. They get one in Arme. The slap down is available, and Fly will pop two. More support coming in from LGD, but do they really want to fight this underneath a freshly shrined up OG? It will be enough when Seb isolates himself so far forward, away from the rest of his team. They need some kind of rebuttal to make this worth it. Thompson will have it. The Rock will drop a double stun for them. Chalice not involved in either of that, so neither the fatal bonds nor the stun. And LGD will just walk it off.
Yeah, I think they're happy with that. They forced Golem. After they got the Weaver kill, that fight is totally fine for them. And yes, it cost them a reincarnation, which is also a long cooldown, but you would say in many ways the Golem is the bigger spell.
Yules, mid lane. Somnus, he needed a couple of extra seconds to really go for anything here. Actually, not exactly certain what he was trying to achieve.
I think he's just putting pressure and trying to get information. Like if he knows there he can't get the kill, but he's just throwing out his spells to try to maybe bait TPs or force rotation, even just get into their heads, you know? It is a part of the game to just play strong as much as you can.
Yep.
And he needed to push out the wave anyway, so it was kind of a twofer.
I'm loving this build coming in from Seb. He's actually going to go straight for the Spirit Vessel.
Yeah, they want that against Io. I think it's pretty smart.
Yeah,
it's good this game.
Because that just becomes your, like, if you seal him up, you could put the Spirit Vessel on. What's he doing?
This time it's real, Toby.
He's got 4-1 charges though. He's got enough. Into the trees. 2, 1 seconds. Gotta jump, gotta jump. Can't jump.
He had a stun the whole time. I feel like Ana could have probably landed a stun there. He should know which way Somnus was going from the initial trajectory that he saw, but held his stun, was maybe a bit too focused on the spring there, and on the tree dance rather. Spring is when you jump down. I would not have advised that in that situation, unless you jump really far away. But yeah, that's another kill here for Ame. And when you look at the net worth now, you're starting to see the story, right? The Lina is pulling very far ahead. Somnus is having a great game. And if you're OG, you got to find a way of isolating him in the fight. You have a couple of tools. I think Venge is actually one of the best supports against Lina, just because of how much she suffered from she suffers a lot from getting swapped into the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
She doesn't have much armor, she doesn't have much health, and no mobility either. So if you get that kind of team fight, that to me is the absolute best swap target. Swap and blow up the Lina and go from there.
Seems really great for LGD too, where it doesn't come at a sacrifice that other heroes. Yeah, they find their opening over on G-Rex, but Thompson's in the neighborhood. Somnus, they focus on him, but then Finger. Say goodbye to your vengeful spirit. Somnus will be able to back out. There's too many heroes from OG being isolated. This relocate position from LGD working so well that OG just cannot hold a front line. LGD come in through the back. They're searching for Ana. The stun will connect on him. Up in the trees, can't spring away. They tether through, break the trees, get the stun. And a triple kill for Arme. OG, 4 heroes down. And LGD feeling strong. They now hold all 3 of the top net worth positions.
That was really nice the way they set that up. Lina stunned the trees that Monkey King was in, and he is obviously going to jump across to the side. They blind stun him with Lion, and then they tether the trees. That's super high level play coming in here from LGD. Very, very nice. And they got 4 kills, 3 of them on Ami.
Yep.
So that's his. Looks like he's going Manta. Interesting.
Well, I just have a quick look at that fight once again.
Yeah, so we're going to see it. The problem is they try to jump on the Lina, but the Skywrath isn't in range to cast the Mystic Flare in the beginning, so they don't manage to execute that kill. And the moment Lina gets out of there and they start hunting her, there's the stun. Blind stun from Lion, and now the tether onto Lion here, followed up by even the call down wasn't even used in that fight until the end. So yeah, if you're going to go for the Lina like that, you need to make sure you blow her up. Else it's just, you end up wasting so many spells in that situation. Big lead for LGD right now.
Nice bit of money to come in from Thompson as OG start to look towards Roshan. I'm very uncertain they're able to do Roshan without LGD just walking over the top of them. Because you've almost finished the Blade Mail for the Wraith King. So that Veil of Discord, Skywrath, like he's going to be looking to amplify and just pop as many heroes as he can. But Charles is going to be a real beast to isolate and focus. Actually going to smoke and fight.
This is one of the biggest strengths of Wraith King as a 3, I think, is when you play the hero as a 1, sure, you've got 2 lives and it's annoying, but it feels like it's a big reward when you kill him. It's really worth it because you take out their carry from the fight. But in this case, it's like, are you really going to commit to killing their position 3 twice? You can't really do that because the other heroes are going to carry the fight then. And if you just ignore him, they're skeletons, he has a Blade Mail, he'll passively reflect damage during the fight. He's going to be a really, really big annoyance
LGD have just had the greatest thing ever. They had 3 observer wards around this mid lane. One of them actually saw the smoke from OG. That's why they all backed up, and now they're repositioning themselves looking for a fight. And they got rid of the observer ward that OG had down. It was a 1-for-1 trade-off. They're looking to come in. The Rock, they're holding it for now. The call down is already very early out. So is the Wukong command. Anis is going to split the fight up, and LG don't care. They rotate around the side. The Rock doesn't stun up anywhere near enough heroes. As Chalice Blade Mail runs towards Thompson, he just cannot fight this. He knows it. 3 heroes gone for OG, and they may actually have a 4th one. Somnus yields to the Light Strike Array. Nowhere for No-Tal to run to. And Arme, I don't know if this is the 2nd or the 3rd time, but another triple kill in a team fight for him.
And this looks like probably tier 2 tower, and maybe they want to go Roche. We'll see. Seriously opening, yeah. All these spells from OG just win. The Wukong's command, they nicely circle around it. LGD find the first jump, and they force the defensive swap as the opening too, so Jerax is in a horrible position for that fight. Now Ana went for the bounty rune, got hunted down by the Wraith King and Io. So.
He tried to TP out as quick as he possibly could, almost playing like an Ember Spirit does, like I'm just going to force in the top lane so they can't go high ground against me. Oh boy, Scepter bonus is now here.
Yeah, he has 3 cores that all benefit from it. The Gyro gets the Side Gunner, the Lina gets the Aghanim's ult, and the Wraith King gets the Aghanim's Reincarnation AoE, which is probably really interesting for his team. If in some situations the IO might want to tether the Wraith King, we'll see if it happens. More than likely he'll be playing with Gyro for the rest of the game, but it would be a funny interaction to see.
I don't think Somnus actually saw Jerax then. He ran around him, he knows someone's around here because they walked over the top of an observer ward. But Jerax, now. Okay, yeah. Now we definitely know. Light Strike will connect. And Laguna just for good measure. It's such a low cooldown anyway.
Arcane Rune.
Oh yeah, that'll also be even better.
So only 40 seconds.
Is Ana thinking about this fight? They don't have Warlock Rock. They're pinging out. They're thinking. They know the Monkey King came up. Once again, this observer ward, even though it's got 20 seconds left, has done its job.
Relocate is ready. This is more than likely not going to end well if they go. Oh, they also found Thompson.
Going to kill off Thompson. He can't run away. The homing missile was going to chase him down anyway, but then a relocate to come in around the back of the top lane. This will be a nice way to run it. Charles just gone in so deep. He's still holding his blade mail for the moment. Wukong from Ana. Everyone rules outside of it as Charles there. Just swap, and here comes your relocate. Turn the black out. The damage is just so brutal. Seb wants to run away from this one, but he'll go straight back into it thanks to the time lapse to try and help out Ana, but all he does is just sit here and wait for the inevitable. A full team wipe in favor of LGD, and they have this game quite firmly in the throat.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
The only buyback on OG here is the Weaver. I do think this is going to be a lane of Rex. The Warlock Golem 15 seconds is spawning.
But you don't have, you got no power in their lineup. You don't even have a charge of Spirit Vessel to use in the fight. So not shutting down the IO.
They're gonna respect the possibility of OG pulling a good team fight off here with the Golem. So they will back off. Thought they would at least get the tower, but playing it very safe. LGD not taking the risk, and they don't need to. They've got a 20,000 gold lead minute 22 almost, which is extremely big.
Yeah. You can see the momentum as well, just all these orange dots along the bottom. That's all it is. Like, there was some good power from OG up until the 16-minute mark, but then it's just all been LGD.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the time for OG to try and sneak Roshan, or they don't even have a Roshan killer, do they? Like, Monkey is not going to hit it anywhere near hard enough.
They have a lot of minus armor, and they have level 4 Swarm and the minus armor from Venge, but yeah. They still don't have that last piece for the easy Roche.
Against the team fight that you have of LGD, and the fact you're going to have a Maelstrom soon onto Arme. Yeah. FY just giving him all the buff up you want.
Maelstrom, Side Gunner.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's just so damn powerful, and I don't understand how OG is meant to kill off Chalice. Like, you want to jump onto this Wraith King, he just triggers Blade Mail, and then you've lost the fight.
You can't go on the Wraith King. It's actually just not possible. He's even going Echo Saber. That's pretty different, I think. I mean, we're going to see if this is a different build. I think the Blink Blade Mail is very standard, but Echo Saber is not the most common build, I believe, in this hero.
Hang on, no, did I scan? No, they scanned Roshan. I thought for a moment they scanned OG perfectly. But OG are trying to wrap around the back of the tier 1 tower, using Ana for that little bit of extra vision. Seb will Shikuchi down, but they see him. Chalice jumps in, picks up the Arcane Rune. Ana has to go into the Wukong command. They're going to try and go on the Wraith King before he gets the Blade Mail off. With a slapdown, they do kill him and pop the Reincarnation. But where do you go next? Thompson isolated out by the leader, but the Rock creates a little bit more space with this Skyrock Mage to do some work. No-Tail's trying to keep everyone slowed down with the upheaval, but now we are surrounded by LGD. Buyback in as OG, try and bring back Thompson, but are they going to gain anything from this? Ana's already TPing away. If they got a stun, they do not. They cannot cut through. No Quelling Blade left onto Chalice to do so. But this is now LGD who can slip in and do Roshan quite easily.
Double damage on Lina is expiring. So this is the problem, right? This is the thing we talked about with Wraith King. You commit Wukong's command to go on the Wraith King. A bit of a misplay there from Thompson too, completely missing the Mystic player. Definitely didn't help them either. But, you know, you place this Wukong's command on the Wraith King, he doesn't even die.
And we come back live to watch Jirax. Oh, okay.
Tanky hero that just starts the fight.
It's going to cop on the balls. VS can die in the meantime. So once again, Jirax under threat. Ana just trying to bounce around and waste the time of LGD. That's why he was pushing the bottom towers within deny range, and Arme is going to take care of that.
Just denied their bottom tower.
And it was the VS who died on this mark here.
When's the last time something good happened for OG this game?
No green marks on the graph.
15 minutes ago.
Well, if you want to go for the win probability, 97% in favor of LGD. I think I can say that's accurate. And for all those fantasy points, kids, it's a good day for LGD.
It is. Wait, who did I pick? I picked Ame, right, in my team today. I think I did. Oh, it's pretty good.
I have FY. And I have Somnus.
You have Somnus. Somnus is good this game.
Yeah, it's a
good pick.
It's a good day. Good day at the office. But then again, OG, they're not out of it yet. It will take a bit of a miracle to come back.
Yes, it will.
They can't need LGD just to be isolated, right? But it seems like OG just delaying this. They're pushing the side lanes. Ana's being a real nuisance on the side. Does this actually buy us time for a critical item? Like, I'm looking at a BKB for the Weaver on the way. You've already got the Veil, and he's trying to go for an Aghanim Scepter on Thompson, but it doesn't look like he can survive like going on Wraith King or going on anyone. There's no escape item for a Skywrath.
Yeah, I think the biggest item in this game is Monkey King's BKB, but I'm concerned it's going to be too late to even become a part of the game. It really is the item that they need, because the problem for Ana is he can't really use his Echo Saber, right? He uses his ulti, but he can't go in. He just can't go in the fight. He's just going to die.
Homing missiles chasing him down. Newell Scepter actually going to cancel off the stun they were looking for, but it won't matter when Somnus has so much to follow up with. They drop the rock, and here comes Ana in for a Wukong command. You need to get a good line stun, but it just doesn't work. They already know it. He bounced out of his ulti as quickly as he put it down. Actually quicker. 3 euros from OG lost. Jirax will join him. And LGD are on the rampage. A miracle I do not think exists in this game for OG.
At some time ago.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wow. I wasn't looking to go back that far for memes, but all right.
Now we're at the, I like to call this, I need to come up with what I call this. The magical mark. Let's call it the magical mark.
Magical mark.
1k GPM lead is generally an indication that you have won the game. This is very, 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 like, these are the biggest kind of leads that we generally see. Beyond the 1k GPM mark, I don't think I've ever seen a team lose.
OG's trying to hold on to it. So much damage to the no-tail. Good from Somnus will get the kill. And they're looking for a little bit more. They're still looking at onto the Weaver. A swap away. He needs time to timelines. Actually, no, he'll just run back into base. Thompson can come back to the world of the living, but how much has he really got? He's not even level 15. He doesn't even have that second arcane bolt available or the seal. And they realize it. They call it GG. The nukage doesn't work. The cores don't work. And LGD have an answer to absolutely everything OG were throwing at them.
It looked like